Have you ever wondered why the people you want in your life you have to chase, but the people that you're indifferent to, the ones that you've zoned, chase you? I believe it's because when we are in the presence of someone whom we don't particularly care to date or befriend, we will carry ourselves in a more natural and more relaxed way. We'll represent ourselves confidently. We'll flow more. There's no Joe Goldberg style of fixation and obsession with that specific subject. And to be honest, because we've already zoned them, whether or not they stay in our lives, it makes no real difference to us. Yes, of course, we would love to have them there. We'd prefer them to be there as a friend. But if they choose to leave, it doesn't really matter much. That is basically the thoughts and the mindset of the majority of us when we friend zone someone. And that indifference gets viewed as self-confidence. And that self-confidence is what makes us attractive. I've learned that the same state of being that attracts people to me is the same state of being that attracts my things to me, the things that I want. That physical circumstance that would make anyone feel confident will be attracted to the energetic cluster over here, being you, who already is confident, or at least presenting to be. But for me, it's about finding ways to make yourself know that you'll be fine with or without the attainment of this goal. You'll be fine with or without the clear skin. You'll be fine with or without this specific person or any person wrapped around your waist. Stop trying to manifest instantly or on a time crunch. Now, I know you don't want to hear this, but you're going to have to understand the things I'm trying to talk about in this video if you want to really understand how to manifest your dream life or a better reality insanely quickly. First of all, try not to put yourself in a situation where you need to manifest something instantly, where you need a miracle, as though you didn't know that rent was due sometime this month. When you try to manifest within a tight time frame, you risk putting too much pressure on the situation. But in order for energy to transform into other things, it needs to flow. You really do need to let this go. How are you supposed to let it go when you are purely focused on the timing of it all and you're adamant that the only way it can present itself to you is through a miracle, so to speak? It must become physically visible to you instantaneously. When you try to achieve something or manifest something within a tight deadline, what will happen is the majority of us will risk focusing too much on the timing of it all. You'll feel every single hour where your thing is still not here, when you should be focusing on the presence of what you want, when you should be feeling the presence of what you want. You'll instead be noticing the lack and the absence of it because you've only given yourself 3 more days to attain this thing and it still has yet to arrive, then what will happen is you will start to notice the mysticism in everything that you're trying to do here. You'll start to notice the improbabilities because you set yourself up by trying to manifest something out of thin air, something like $1 million instantly or 6 inches off your waist overnight. You are giving your anxiety and your years of a poor self-image too much juice to work with, because unless you are a master conscious creator or a monk or an incredibly talented method actress, you're just not going to be able to deny all of the logical or the illogical evidence your years of doubts are going to throw at you. Remember, you're used to not having things go your way. You're used to working really, really hard just to barely scrape by. And for the majority of us, myself included, it is going to be very challenging to just simply discard all of those accumulated years of physical evidence that support the beliefs that what we really want is not possible for us. Know yourself where you are now and work with yourself. You've got to work with yourself. And if you know that you are incapable where you are mentally of having total faith that what you want can be attained within a day, then it is totally okay to start smaller and eliminate the deadline altogether. And eventually, like I've done, you can work your way up to larger goals, what you would consider to be larger goals, and work your way up to achieving things within what you would consider to be a tighter deadline. Not many of us can set a wild goal and know with certainty that we can attain it within 1 week. However, many of us can set a wild goal and have it manifest within 1 week. Now that sounds like quite the hypocritical statement. Let me simplify it. There is a difference between trying to achieve something within a week and focusing on something you'd like to have in your life and having it manifest within a week. The former being that you've put a deadline on your goal, which you may or may not truly believe is possible for you. Thus, giving the microphone to all of your anxieties and doubts if you don't truly believe that it is possible for you. With this type of approach, you are essentially setting yourself up to fail, and that's not smart manifesting at all. That's not even how self-development works. If you are somehow able to focus on becoming a successful influencer within a week and it manifests for you, then give yourself a round of applause because you've achieved mind mastery. But if you're like the rest of us and you just cannot yet make yourself believe in full 3D instantaneous manifestation, then take my contrary, controversial, weird advice and try your best to make yourself feel okay with the possible amount of time it could take to see your wish fulfilled. Because once you persist in that state of, I could take it or leave it, it will happen for you in seemingly no time at all. In other words, forget about the concept of time. Another way of doing this, of making yourself find peace with the potential of time, just the potential of the time, is living in the end, assuming the state of the wish fulfilled, occupying the state of the wish fulfilled, becoming the version of you who already has what it is that you want. Play pretend. Now, I'm not saying that you should never attempt to manifest or achieve something with a deadline. Many people have done that and many people have succeeded. But you have to be real with yourself. Like I said, you got to know yourself and be real with yourself. Are you in the proper mental state in order to pull this off? Can you set a deadline and then forget about the outcome? Can you let it go? Can you hold an indifferent stance with regards to the outcome? That is why many OG gurus and coaches will almost always recommend that you start with a cup of coffee. And why is that? Well, because you have no attachment to manifesting a cup of coffee. You've already detached yourself from it. You could take it or leave it. Whether it happens or not makes no difference to you. You can get yourself your own cup of coffee if you want to. And what happens every single time you manifest your cup of coffee? Something I've noticed with many lottery winners, a reporter will ask them for their story and it'll almost always go something like this. Oh, I just had some spare change and so I figured, why not buy a ticket? And 2 weeks later, I checked the ticket and I found out I won. Can't you sense that indifference? Can't you sense that perceived self-confidence, that air of I could take it or leave it? Can't you feel that beautiful free-flowing energy? Do whatever you feel is necessary to attain your goal, whatever it is, whether it be action or inaction, that's up to you. Whatever you feel you must do to attain that goal, do that, and then detach from the outcome. Persist in the end state and detach from the outcome. Do your shadow work and detach from the outcome. Take your consistent, inspired actions and detach from the outcome. Become a stoic if you have to, but detach from the outcome. In conclusion, your goal should be to cultivate a peaceful state of being where you're fine with or without what it is that you want, where you're indifferent to the outcomes, where you can choose to enjoy life with or without it. Like you've friend-zoned so many people in your life, be okay with or without it. Become the type of person that is attractive to what you want. You sit over there in your corner and simply be the energy that you want to attract through your thoughts, through your feelings, and yes, through your actions. Because when you stop chasing what you want, it will chase you. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I truly do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I trust you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. So, how did you like today's video, and what video would you like to see next? You let me know in the comment section down below. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Toodles.